Welcome back to Marcus at Work Media. So Childish Gambino recently did a set at the Tyler the Creator's Festival recently. He got some fan participation and feedback before the set on what they wanted to hear, and a lot of people wanted to understand what was going on and why he canceled some dates of his tour. He got into those reasons, but he also got into getting at your boy Drizzy. It has been reported that Childish Gambino had council cards with his merch. Now, what's on the council card? What's that all about? So apparently he had a few cards of a few notable people in the culture that he wanted to make sure we understand that are canceled, and they all had custom artwork to map out how the culture feels about these individuals.
Childish Gambino delivered a beautiful performance at Camp Flog on this past weekend, but what also overtook the news cycle were these cancel cards that he was selling at his merch booth. The cards include one of R. Kelly spraying a golden shower into the horizon, another of the Target dog and a Nike, Diddy in front of an aisle of baby oil, and finally a card depicting Drake as a dog groomer. The Drake card is meant to imply him young girls, like Kendrick alluded to on Not Like Us. Besides the cards themselves being a wild thing to sell in general, fans online are calling out Donald Glover for dissing Drake again, seemingly out of nowhere. As a refresher, Drake and Childish Gambino's beef seemingly stems from a 2023 interview with GQ, where Gambino told the outlet that his hit record This Is America was originally meant to be a Drake diss.
And it started as a Drake diss, to be honest. It's like, I was like, as like a funny way of like doing it, but then I was like, this shit sounds kind of hard though, so I was like, let me play with it. So we just had that for a long time.
Drake responded to these comments in the stage design of his It's All a Blur tour, having a headline reading, quote, "The overrated and over-awarded hit song This Is America was originally a Drake diss record." Scroll across the stage. A year later, some fans speculated that Gambino dissed Drake on his song Yoshinoa when he rapped, quote, "You got your biz in the streets, I wash my hands when I eat, I find your house on the app, people around you ain't slat, they plotting hard when you slack." Drake never responded to those bars, and now it seems like Gambino is doubling down on his jabs with these
So let's look at a
cards.
few of these. Okay, so we got Target there, the influence of Nazi. Okay. Target got rid of DEI and stopped helping and doing initiatives for inclusion, including minorities of black people in the culture. So he feels they are canceled. Now we got R. Kelly. Look at him doing his thing with the nice, big, long, yellow rainbow doing his thing. Feeling free to the land. Well, he's not free these days, but we get what the picture is illustrating. Now on this one, we have Diddy and Drizzy. So Diddy, obviously, he's going through prison right now. Everybody are aware of the charges and how all that played out. So that's self-explanatory with the baby oil in the background. It should have had a lot more baby oil than that, but I get it. I get it. It makes sense to the illustration. Now Drizzy is sitting over here with the nice poodle dog. What is that implying? Childish Gambino throwing shots at Drizzy for grooming a dog? I think we know what that means. Now, among all of that, he did touch on the health issues he ran across, which led to why he canceled the tour and what was going on with that. And he kind of shared it with the audience in a very personal way where people can kind of understand what the man was dealing with.
So when we went to Houston, I went to the hospital and the doctor was like, "You had a stroke." And the first thing I thought was like, oh, like, here I am still copying Jamie Foxx. That's really like the second thing. The first thing was like, I'm letting everybody down. I know it's not true, but I've broken my foot. I always promise Ireland I'm gonna be there, and I still haven't been. And they found a hole in my heart. So I had this surgery, and then I had to have another surgery. They say every Everybody has 2 lives, and the second life starts when you realize you have one.
Donald Glover revealed that he had to cancel his tour due to him suffering a stroke. Donald Glover was performing at Camp Flog in LA, and he let his fans choose the set list prior to the show, and one of those was for him to explain where he's been. During his set, he talked about that doing the New World Tour, he had the flu while he was in Louisiana, and then a couple of days later, he had went to the hospital because it was getting bad because he had a headache. He found out that he had a stroke and a hole in his heart, and that he would immediately need surgery. Now, for people's memory, this tour happened in the middle of like Q3 and Q4. The Louisiana date he's talking about was September 7th. He went on to do his Houston date on September 8th, and September 9th, the day before his Austin, Texas show, he made this post on the social saying that he had to postpone the rest of the North American leg and that he needed to focus on his physical health. People were assuming that he had caught COVID and that's why he canceled. I know the conversation has extended into the effects of long COVID. He said he had the flu. He hasn't gone in fully to say that he had COVID. But this really shows that a lot of people need to give artists a lot of grace and empathy, because a lot of people assume he just pulled out just because he wasn't feeling all that great. This man had to have flat out heart surgery. He is not only an artist, he is someone's son, someone's husband, someone's father. Glad that he's been able to recover and that he was up to performing. I watched his set on the live stream. It was really great, because any kind of health complications, a lot of people wouldn't go back to performing. Don't know if he's going to restart the North American leg. All I want him to do is just take his time. Just don't do anything crazy. I know you're having a time in LA at Flog. Take your time. Rest, and if you're ready to go back out next year...
So what do you make of this? Are you lining up to buy your cancel card? Do you want Drizzy as a cancel card too? I mean, do you even purchase this online? Like, how does this work, right? Either way, I find it kind of interesting that the public has turned against the boy in a big way, and very notable people are telling it how it is. Now, this is not the first exchange with Childish Gambino and Drake. They've got some history going back and forth, but he thought he'll throw another shot in there because why not? Put your comments below. Let's talk about it. This is Marcus at Work Media, and I'm out this bitch.